If ADF is required, can you fly the approach? Coming up next in this episode. Hi everyone, Carl Valeri with Aviation Careers Podcast, and this is another pilot interview question of the week. If ADF is required, can you fly the approach? Before we get to that, don't forget you can subscribe below if you want to get more videos like this. Also, if you do like the video and you want to make more of these, please consider becoming a patron. Every dollar that we raise through the patron account, we will actually put that towards either giving somebody a scholarships guide or helping somebody find a scholarship. It's one way that you can help people move forward in their career and also bring this content to them. Well, anyway, let's get on with the course. If ADF is required, can you fly the approach? So let's look at the question. If ADF is required, can you fly the approach? Using an example of ILS 35 here at Asheville, KAVL, we'll have links in the show notes below as far as the procedure and also links to this procedure. But can you fly this approach if you have no ADF? Well, look to the right. It says ADF required. So what's the answer? The answer is yes, if you have a IFR certified GPS. Again, this is a question for the airlines and for Part 135, Part 91 operators. For the most part, you can answer it yes if you have an IFR certified GPS. You're going to have to look at the AIM if you want to dig further. If they actually ask you further into this question, usually it's just that answer, I have an IFR certified GPS. It complies with an advisory circular 90-108 titled Use of Suitable RNAV Systems and Conventional Routes and Procedures. So you can say, look at AIM 1-2-3, Use of Suitable Area Navigation Systems and Conventional Procedures and Routes. You're only going to actually look there if the person asks you those. But in general, you can say yes because we have an IFR certified GPS. That kind of it's an answer that it doesn't delve quite as deep into the proper answer if you were doing this like on a check ride. But this is just an interview question. Again, if you can look at the AIM and look at the advisory circular, you can learn a little bit more about that. And if they dig a little bit deeper into your answer, say you're doing really well on this interview, then you want to answer this here. Hey, one of the things that you can look at if you want to know why the ADF is required on this approach is it makes it simpler if you use Jeppesen charts, actually. So if we look at the Jeppesen charts, you'll see that it says ADF is required. Why? For the procedure entry from the en route environment. And save these because one of the things you're going to do is when you go flying or you get ready for your interview, they're going to ask you to fly this approach. And usually they ask you to fly this approach from Sugarloaf Mountain. They're going to ask you the initial approach fix, the intermediate fix, that type of thing. What we're going to do in another video, we're actually going to fly this whole approach using the Jeppesen charts. I really suggest that you get yourself before your interviews, especially if you're going to an airline or the operator is going to have Jeppesen charts. Get yourself a subscription to 4Flight. I recommend 4Flight. There's other ones out there. And get the Jeppesen subscription. JetView is another one. But again, this one says ADF required for the procedure entry from the en route environment. Broad River is that ADF. Make sure another trick, make sure that is in your database, Broad River. Because if it's not in your database, you're going to have a little bit of a problem identifying Broad River if you're approaching this and you're going from the en route environment. This is, again, if you're being radar vectored, but if you're actually getting onto this approach from the en route environment. Again, if you have any questions about this, feedback at aviationcareerspodcast.com. If you have any questions about this approach, or if you want to see other videos that are similar to this that describe, how to fly this approach, etc. But we will be having that coming up. Hope you enjoyed this. Well, I hope you enjoyed that short video. Don't forget, if you want to see more videos like this, to hit the subscribe button below. Also hit the thumbs up or the thumbs down to let us know how we're doing. And please put your questions in the comments below. All the links to everything we talked about is in the comments below there. Also, if you're considering maybe getting yourself a rating or moving into this as a career, I want you to consider possibly doing career coaching. That can be described in the show notes below. We help people put a plan together so that they can move forward in their careers. Also, if you want your flight training paid for possibly, look at our scholarships guide. For just $10 a year, we'll give you a monthly update on all the scholarships by signing on to our website at aviationcareerspodcast.com/scholarships. don't forget to use a coupon code Pay It Forward. You might get a scholarships guide for free. And if you want to help people that want to get a career or a scholarships guide, you can do that too by becoming a patron of this podcast and also of these videos here. Well, again, I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe below. But the most important thing I want you to do is this. After this video stops, don't stop there. Make sure you take one step every day towards your career goal. And what is that? That means it could be calling somebody on the phone. It could be actually writing down some notes. Maybe using your Siri account to actually write a note down. Whatever it may be, I want you to do something. It could be a big leap, a short step, whatever. Do something today to move forward in your career and your life. We'll talk to you next episode. Safe flying out there.